Hello, everyone. Today is February 23rd, 2023. This is the Kubernetes storage SIG meeting. So today we're going to go through 1.27 planning. We have passed the enhancement freeze deadline. The next deadline will be code freeze. That's March 14th. Let me just go to the spreadsheet now. So the first item is recovering from resize failure. Open APIs to unblock QoS. Hemant, do you want to talk about this?
Yeah, so we're keeping it in alpha, but we are making some API changes in this release, and enhancement. Sorry, the update to enhancement was merged. It's on track.
Okay, so the API changes, those are work in progress.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. And the next one is issues related to assuming volumes are among points. Is this, let's see, is Xing here? Okay, no update. And the next one is volume group API. So yeah, the CAD was merged, CSS spec was just merged as well. So we now started implementation, hoping to get the code implemented in 1.27. So I do have a question for Saad. Can we cut a CSS spec release? Saad, is Saad talking?
Yeah, I'm here.
Ah.
Yeah, we should cut a CSI spec release. Question really is, when do we want to do it? Is there any other pending changes that we want to wait for?
Yeah, I'm not sure if there was anything else. Yeah,
there is there's a CSI spec meeting next Wednesday. Should we discuss it there and see if there's anything else? If not, go ahead and cut.
Sure. Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, sounds good.
Todd, is there any chance we could start the discussion online and finalize it next week?
Sure, yeah, I can send out a message to CSI community and see.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be good. Because not everyone attends that meeting. Yeah. Thanks. Okay, so the next one is provision volumes from cross namespace snapshot PVC. Is Masaki or Takafumi here? Michelle, do you know what's the status for this? Okay, just no update. The next one is the volume house, CSI volume house additional metrics. Still waiting for the ETV test to be ready. So it's submitted, but the test is not ready for review yet. So. And the next one is change block tracking. Do we have anyone, Yvonne or anyone talking about this? So we discussed about this in yesterday's data protection working group meeting. We're still discussing what will be the right API. So there's a new approach being discussed yesterday. Yeah, still in design. And the next one is rewrite once access mode. Is Chris here? I believe this is on track. So there are PRs getting merged. Does anyone else know any update? Okay, I'll just say. Maybe something, it is on track. And the next one is Deep's runtime assisted mounting. Is Deep on the call? Yang, do you know is there any update on this?
He was stuck with the CSI spec change. I'm not sure how far it gets.
Oh, you mean he started updating that?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. Well, Ben, do you know? I remember it was the last time I remember I see is you gave some comments there. He said he will address it, but after that, I don't know if there was anything.
So, which one are we talking about? This is
the runtime assisted mount. Runtime assisted mounting.
I haven't seen a new rev of that proposal.
Okay.
Deep had agreed to sort of revamp it in such a way that, like, the CSI drivers could be, I guess, and not CSI drivers will have to have a new capability to say this, they support this feature, but they wouldn't have to directly interact with the I'm forgetting the new acronym.
Okay.
The proxy that actually does the communication. So my concern was I don't like the idea of every CSI driver that implements this feature having to communicate with some external dependency, because it makes the CSI spec itself dependent on that other spec. It's better
does it depend on the
CSI
runtime, the CSI runtime spec, the container runtime or something?
I think it's called crust, right? Crust.
Okay.
What we don't want is for the CSI spec to directly say, like, you need to use crust. What we want is the CSI spec to say, these are the information that you need to return back to the CO, and then the CO does the interactions with crust. And then if in the future we find something better than crust, like, we can just change it without affecting the CSI spec. So I think everyone agreed that that's what we should want. And Deep said he was going to rev the spec to say that, but I haven't seen that new revision.
Okay. Yeah, I have not seen him in this meeting for a while either. Okay. Maybe he's busy. Okay, the next one, CSI proxy for Windows, transition to privileged containers. So I think Marisha has a cap. Does anyone know the status? It's Marisha, Xing. All right, we know update. And the next one is the node expansion secret E2E test. So we did get the cap merge. There is a E2E test out. There are some comments there. There was some failure on the E2E test. So I pinned Luis. He said he's going to take a look. So E2E test in review. Next one is SIG Linux relabeling using mount options. Yang, do you want to give an update?
Well, not much. I haven't done anything. However, I am untangling it from the volume reconstruction cap that's tracked later.
This one will be moving to beta, right? This feature.
Yes, this like I think I have all the implementation done in alpha. I will just flip the feature gate to beta.
Oh, okay.
When I split it from the volume reconstruction.
Okay. All right. Thank you. And next one, okay, now we have CSI migration, remove entry plugins, those are 1.28 ones. So next one, remove entry AWS EBS. So
Yeah, hi folks.
hi.
So there is a PR open for this now, which I will link in the chat. So that Yan reviewed it and noted that the code changes looked good. So thanks Yan for taking a look. There is an ongoing discussion related to concerns with removing the legacy cloud provider in that PR. I've added that to the SIG cloud provider agenda for discussion March 1st, and we'll keep pushing on that front. That's it. Thank you.
Yeah, I can't go to that meeting next week. So is there anybody who goes to SIG cloud provider meetings or who has some friends there to represent SIG storage there?
I think from AWS, one of our team members will be attending. So either Eddie or me, one of us will be there. We can probably raise that. If anybody else would like to join from SIG storage, that would be great as well.
Yeah, like from our perspective, we can remove the cloud provider, we can remove the volume plugin. We have no issues with that. So if they can manage the documentation around and whatever they need, because I noticed they have their own caps to remove the cloud providers and they have their own feature gates for that. And we are kind of removing their cloud providers now, which is probably bad. We shouldn't do that. So from our point of view, we don't need them. We can remove, anybody can remove them. It's up to them to define the workflow, how to remove them correctly. If they want feature gates, if they want beta or whatever, we don't basically care. Well, we do care, but it's up to them to define how to remove the cloud providers. That's the message I want somebody to carry there.
Yeah, I think Eddie knows more details, but my understanding was that the concerns are around the fact that not all the cloud providers are quite ready to deprecate the entry version at this point. And so if we remove the entry cloud provider code, then that might impact their entry storage provider specific implementation as well. So that's probably why there is some pushback around that.
The storage implementation is not used. We still have the volume plugins, but they are disabled. Everything has migrated to CSI, at least in GCE.
Okay, so maybe
Amazon.
it's just a matter, in that case, it might just be a matter that they have to remove the code and they haven't yet gotten around to doing that. So they might need more time. So
they may have other features than storage in the cloud providers. I know they label nodes and they have the external cloud providers now, which do the same job basically, and maybe that's not GA yet.
I see.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. So it's up to them to define the pace and when they want to remove it. But we don't block it. Like from our perspective, we don't need the cloud providers, at least those that are scheduled to be removed in this release, which were GCE and AWS, I believe, and Azure Disk, but we need Azure File.
Yeah. So I think from our side, if I understand it right, you're saying that we should be pushing to get that removed. Is that accurate, or are you stating that we can hold off on it?
We don't push it. We can hold off. We don't need the cloud providers. From our perspective, they can go away.
Okay.
If they want to keep them for some other features, they can keep them. It's up to cloud provider.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
right.
I think the main concern is that there's already a PR out, and the longer that it stays in review, somebody will probably have to do that work again within the latest branch or something. So
and like we already removed the OpenStack cloud provider in the last release, which kind of nobody noticed.
Yeah.
Anyway, thanks a lot if you are going there.
Yeah, we can provide an update. So
thank you.
Can you also put the like meeting time here if anyone want to join, they can join.
Okay, I can. I will put it to the notes.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so that's this one, and we also have remove entry Azure disk. I pinned Andy. He said he will be working on that. So,
we can remove the volume plugins from like ptg/volume/AWS or Azure Disk that we can remove on our behalf. We don't need to ask anyone. So that's something we can do in 127.
okay, but it's just the cloud provider part that we're not sure, right? Okay, yeah.
Yes.
Or maybe that should be like separate. Should that be separate PRs? Would that be?
I don't know.
Okay, okay. Okay, well, at AWS folks will be checking with SIG cloud provider and see what they say. Okay, then we can maybe we'll have same thing for this Azure disk, right?
Yeah, I suspect that these are all in the same position in some form. So
yeah, okay, yeah. Let us know. If you hear from them next meeting, give us an update on this.
Yeah, will do.
Okay, thanks. And next one's system migration self RBD. So this didn't really go in. So we should probably. Do we just cross this out? Is that the cap did not make it, right? It didn't. Just cross this out.
Yeah, I think that's
Okay.
fine.
All right. And next one, control volume mode conversion between source and target. Yeah, this one, the E2 test is already in. Cap merge, so it's basically it's just documentation now and blog. And the next one is robust volume manager reconstruction. Yeah.
So in the cap, I promised a volume metrics, new metrics for the construction, and I create the PRs and edit them to our board. And when that's merged, then I can flip it to beta.
Sounds good. Thank you. Next one is PV last phase transition time.
There is no update this week.
Okay.
Roman is on PTO.
Okay. Okay, so next one is this project we co-owned with SIG apps. PVC created by Stephenset will not be auto removed. Is Matt here? Does anyone know? Cap is merged. Okay, so no update. The next one is a wall expansion for Stephenset. This is a design. Herman, have you got a chance to look at this?
Not yet, but
okay.
Try.
I think that's all we have checked here. Yeah. Okay, going back here, let's see, what do we have? So we already discussed this issue. Oh, this is I don't know if Akash is here. No, Akash is not here today. Okay. So this is from Sid and Akash from Cozy side. So basically they're asking if there's any plan to write cozy drivers for Google Cloud Storage and AWS S3. And, people from Google and AWS, do you guys know? Do you have any plan to write a driver for cozy to support cozy?
I'm from AWS, but I'm not from S3. So unfortunately, I don't have any visibility on their efforts.
Okay.
Do you know if somebody represents S3, AWS S3 on?
No, there
these
isn't.
calls?
That's why we're asking here, because we don't have anyone from AWS attending meetings there, right? So if you could, maybe you could check internally, see if.
Yeah, I will follow up on this, and we'll try to provide an answer at some point in the near future. Can't guarantee it will be by the next meeting. So
Sure. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
Yeah, same thing from the Google side. I need to follow up with GCS folks. I'll check with Matt Carey if we can find a contact and get an answer.
Okay, thank you. Next, the issue charge meeting. Yang, you want to talk about this?
Okay, so in the past, we were meeting every Monday and every Wednesday about CSI implementation, but we turned the Wednesday's meeting to issue triage. So we go through some SIG storage issues reported on GitHub, and we would welcome new contributors or anybody who is willing to help with issues. We have quite a lot of them. So we meet every Wednesday at 10 a.m., which is 1 hour later than this meeting. We use the same Zoom call as this. I link the notes that we use and the project board that we use to triage issues. And you can notice there are a lot of issues that are marked as help wanted. I'm afraid that all the easy issues were already fixed, so we have pretty complicated issues. Some of them waiting for a couple of years for a fix. And simply like we are out of manpower. We need some people who would like to contribute. We can explain those issues and show you where to look, how to fix it, when to fix it, but we don't have enough people to like do the real work and fix these issues. So anybody is welcome. You will need some Go experience. And I think we could teach you the rest. But yeah, these issues, they are complicated. So please join if you want to help. We have much more issues than we can handle.
Yeah, thanks, Yang. Yeah, you can see here, right, a lot of issues, backlogs, and then there are a lot of those that still have no owners yet. So yeah, if you're interested, and please join this meeting. Okay, let's see. Do we have anything else? I think that's all we have here. Oh, Yang, you're trying to say something?
No, sorry. I turn it off.
Okay.
I had a couple of quick things that I wanted to mention.
Yeah.
So we recently have been asked about an upstream Kubernetes issue. I just linked that in the meeting chat. This is something that that has been brought to our attention by more than one customer, and we are not sure at this point like what the best way to fix it is. There is also a corresponding AWS EBS CSI driver issue that I haven't linked, but it essentially points to the upstream code. So I believe this was something that Hemant had indicated that there may be a workaround for, and I just wanted to check if folks had had any thoughts regarding this in terms of, what the right fix would be and if there was any plan to fix this.
Let me
Oh, I see this one is assigned to Fabio. Young, are you aware of this? So Fabio is actually, it looks like he actually looked at it, this one.
So the way I understood it was that it seems like there is a limit for how many pods can join on a particular node, and that limit is not being respected due to some kind of a race condition. And it seemed from the discussion that there may be a workaround that Hemant suggested, which was to initialize that CSI node object, I think with a value of 0, that might prevent more pods from being scheduled on that node. I just wasn't sure if folks had evaluated it and determined whether that was the right approach, and or if further work was being planned for that.
Is this issue only encountered by a EBS driver, not by other?
No, I think this has been, well, I don't know about other drivers, but
Okay.
I know for a fact that there are multiple customers who have seen this issue. So,
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's a generic autoscaler issue, but I don't think anybody is actively working on it.
Okay. So do we maybe need to find is it Fabio still interested, or do we need to find a new owner for this?
I don't know.
Yeah, so this, I see this one is already in that it's already here.
oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah, so this is something that we probably need to, go through this and, maybe need to find an owner to look at this.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, I mean, I think
yeah.
I think we can think about potentially implementing a fix if somebody can suggest the right fix. I think the challenge that we have is that we don't necessarily have expertise in the upstream code base at this point, and we don't want to make a fix which only ends up causing more confusion and problems later on. So so it would be good if somebody could at least do the analysis and let us know what the fix is, and then at that point we can think about potentially implementing something. So
right. So if you can have someone from your side look at this first, and then maybe you can also come up with your own suggestions, then maybe we could talk about this at the charge meeting.
okay. I don't know if we'll be able to do it in time for the next one, but we'll try to look into this from our side. So
Sure.
Okay, sounds good.
I'll Hemant here, I'll try to take a look. And it's been a while since I looked at this one.
Okay.
Yeah, that would be great, Hemant. If you can take a look at that, that would be super helpful. Thank you.
Okay, so I'll just add this note here. Okay. Anything else? Is this
yeah, and then the other question was actually for Matt, but I think he's not here.
okay.
We had some follow-up questions regarding the provisioned IO KEP proposal that that Matt is driving.
Okay.
And I think we posted our questions on the KEP. We got answers to some of them, but I think there are still some questions outstanding, and it would be great if we could get some answers on those as well, because some of our decisions about how we would like to go about implementing this would be determined by what those responses are. So yeah, so that's basically what I wanted to mention. It would be great if we could see some some traction on that
Mhm.
one as well. So
Yeah, maybe just to see if Matt want to see if he want to organize a meeting to discuss, right? Or you want to just to discuss that through the Slack.
yeah, I think we can probably try Slack and reach out and see if there's any update. Otherwise, I'll attend one of us will attend the next meeting and we'll ping Matt at that point if he's here.
Did you add those on the cap itself? Where did you add the?
Yeah, the comments are on the cap. That's right.
Oh, okay. So basically just not addressed. So maybe, yeah, okay. So we can just ping him just to ask him to address those through the cap review as well.
Yeah, I mean, the reason why I'm asking about that is because I think those questions are related to some fundamental challenges with implementing the cap in its current form.
Okay.
And, we would like to see if it's possible to modify the cap to account for those scenarios, essentially. And that's why we were asking about that. So.
Okay. Sure. Yeah. So just let's note here, I'll ping him as well. Let's see, it's Sunny is also not here. And Sunny is another contact person for this. I'll just drop him a note and maybe he's busy with other things. Okay.
Yep. Yeah, that's all I had. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Anything else? If not, that's it for today. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.